Hey, my name is Jay McIntosh. I am a brown belt under Jarrett Becks. I'm a head instructor of No Limit Jiu-Jitsu Starkville, and today I want to talk to my students and anyone else that trains Jiu-Jitsu about mat cooties. And what I mean by mat cooties is staph infection and ringworm. If you've been training Jiu-Jitsu long enough, you've probably gotten staph before, or if you're lucky enough, maybe you haven't, who knows. But I want to talk to the people that are just now beginning and some different things to look for. Long time ago, 10 years ago when I first started training jiu-jitsu, I was also playing college football. So a lot of times I would go from one practice to another. When you start off, jiu-jitsu, you don't know how to have live toes. So a lot of time you spend sliding your feet across the mat, getting mat burn on your toes. Well, this was going back and forth for me for, a couple weeks until I started noticing like this swelling on the top of my foot. I didn't pay any attention to it, but it started hurting real bad. Well, went to the trainer, they're like, hey, it looks like you got staph, take this a little bit and you should be fine. Well, I started to ignore it and I would just keep training, doing whatnot. Well, it got to a point where one night I started feeling dizzy, I started feeling very hot, I started coming down with a fever. So I texted the trainers at the college here and I was like, hey man, I need to get to the hospital. Well, when I got to the hospital, the doctors told me that staph infection that I had at my foot, as they went to pop it and press on it, they said that the staph infection was traveling up my leg. Now keep in mind, this was down at my foot, but because it travels through the bloodstream, they said it could have got to my heart. They said it could have killed me. I could have lost my leg. So staph is a very nasty creature. However, understand this, it's a bacterial infection. Also, this is a bacteria that lives on a large majority of people's skin. So it's something that, everybody more than likely has. Some ways that you can take care of that: after you train, shower. Before you train, shower. Make sure that you keep yourself clean. And also at the academy, just ask the instructor, how often do you clean the mats? I know when we were a club way back in the day, we had we cleaned the mats as often as we could, but because we were a club, a lot of times some other people use the mats and they wouldn't wash them as thorough as we do. So there was never that understanding of, how clean are these mats. Well, here in No Limit Jiu-Jitsu, luckily you guys don't have to worry about that. I wash, mop, clean these mats 3 times a day after every hard training session, before every hard training session. So that's something I make sure it's a courtesy for my students and a courtesy for myself. So if a person ever were to say, oh man, I caught something from your mats, you're just nasty. So keep yourself clean. That's one of the rules that I also have inside my academy is, making sure that in all the fundamental classes, all the beginner classes, stuff like that, you have to have a rash guard. I prefer, personally, a long sleeve rash guard simply because it covers the majority of my skin. Even when I do no-gi, I like to wear a long sleeve rash guard and spats underneath my shorts. The less skin I have contacted by other people's sweat, the better. So these are just some things to keep in mind. Ringworm. Ringworm is a fungal infection of the skin, and it's not something due to an actual worm. So these mat cooties can be pretty bad if you don't keep yourself clean. Something for the parents, I try to let the parents know, hey, if your kid looks like they have something, on any surface of their skin, they can't train. And it's never anything to, I'm targeting somebody. It's more so like, hey, I don't want that to spread. I don't know what that is. Get it in check. I would do the same thing for myself. It's very important that you want to make sure you're always on the benefit and you're on the lookout for your training partners. If you have any type of sickness, any ailment, don't bring it on the mats. Jiu-jitsu is a close quarters, kickboxing, close quarters combat sport, combat art, self-defense. You don't want to endanger your training partners any more than you already do when you try to choke them. So with that in mind, I'll probably share a couple pictures about what staph looks like, some different things that you can look out for. If you think you got it, go get checked out. But it's something that can get taken care of if you hop on it. Just know that don't let it sit and muster. I'd hate to see people get really ill from it or even pass from it. Like I said, I was very lucky 10 years ago when I came down with a staph infection in my foot simply because I was too lazy to take care of myself. So